giving you that target to be the top 5 person in the industry. The concept of my HR Storybook Live Series, it's really to bring about a virtual collection of some of the finest, brightest, and seasoned HR practitioners and professionals, that we have to share their experiences, and of course, take key learnings across the various career journey they've all been through. And it gives me a great honor to have someone very dear to the HR world. I'm not going to say HR industry, to the HR world. And that is Gbenga Totoyi. Gbenga is a very good friend. I met him a couple of, I think about a year back ago.
You don't have that Yimo emoji on Zoom.
There's no Yimo, don't worry. You will show us the Yimo with your face. Show us. Oh, okay, look at your face. So guys, let's relax and have fun. This is learning with fun. Sorry?
I'm wondering because everybody is forming very
Everybody is forming, yes. So if you want to turn on your videos, guys, it's gisting time, it's storytelling. Let's learn from one another, right? So if you want to turn on your videos, let's see you. Let's make it really calm. It's Sunday, It's not the PowerPoint. GT, maybe it's you. When it comes to GT.
Hey, I'm wearing my hoodie self. It's not, there's no suit. It's hoodie, I've got my drinks on. This is the...
So I see GT on a camera level, on a boy level.
This is how I dress up on weekends. I have my...
Star boy is representing.
So let's break all the formalities down. Let's
learn.
I'm seeing to be sure I'm not talking to Lara alone. I'm seeing Vivian, I'm seeing Joshua. Joshua, I see you. You've been putting out some stuff recently. I see you. Bayo, I see you. Ronke Osho. Vivian.
Thank you guys.
I see some faces I know. So let's jump straight into this. We don't have the whole day.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
So Lara, is your show.
Yes. Thank you so much. So basically, let me start by saying a couple of questions have already come in for you.
I don't die.
Already. The people are really looking forward to learning from you.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
Let me ask my own question. Sorry, first. Why? Why do people want to learn from me?
Okay, that's not going to come from me. Any of the audience, any of the participants, please, can you share with us why do you want to learn from GT? Anyone, please, you can go off mute and please share why you want to learn from GT. It's meant to be interactive. Anyone? Joshua.
Let's do this.
Joshua, can you share? I know that you have a couple of questions already.
Stella, I see you as well. Oh yeah, we are being shy. What's going on?
One person.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Stella.
Okay. Am I being heard?
Yes.
Okay. I've been following Mr. Gbenga since I think it was Daystar's employability training. So ever since that time, I've been following him very closely as regards HR. So it's an industry I want to really be a player in, and I know he's one of the top guys there. So that's really why I tuned in today.
Top guy.
It's not as if we're whining you, sir. It's the truth. I remember your words that day.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. So
I remember looking for trouble on that particular day, and a few people. Lara, let me tell you what I did.
Oh yeah, tell me.
Somebody. It was question time. Like I've tried to do a lot of that in my last 2-3 years. I don't like to just go to programs, especially open programs where it's not a defined audience. Because before that time, I realized I was just speaking over people's heads. And then I would leave and they'd be asking me questions that I felt I addressed during the program. So and I realized that people's journeys are very unique. So I go to a program, you ask me to speak for 1 hour, I'll talk for 15 minutes. and I would say, ask me questions for 50 minutes. So one lady then got up and said she's been really wanting to do HR for a long time, and she's a desire. I said, okay, wait, how long are you trying to do HR for? She said, about 2-3 years. I said, okay, first off, are you a member of CIPM? She said, no. I said, do you know CIPM? She looked at me like she doesn't know what I'm talking about. I said, Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. She said she doesn't know. I said, okay, do you know me? Or is this the first time you are meeting me and you are hearing? And she said, the way I talked about HR, I said, this is the first time you are hearing about me. Say yes. You have never heard me speak anyway. Say yes. So you have not seen anything from me before I say yes. I said, then you are not ready to do HR. So I saw the look on people's face like, who is this one? Being very proud. But I was like, if you have not met me, heard of me, been in my past, and you've been pursuing HR in 2 years, you have not done anything. What I was trying to prove was that you will at least have spoken to 1 or 2 people who have said CIPM, and in saying CIPM, some name will have popped up, or you have done a Google search of the names in the industry. I may not be number 1, but I know before you talk to 7 people in HR about anything HR, 5 of them, before they mention 7 names, will mention my name. Meanwhile, that was a target that one of my bosses gave me, Bolaji Olagunju, workforce, God bless his soul. He called me and said, Gbenga, I'll give you, I think he said 5 years or 7 years, and I made it 5 years. He said, this is the target. If you want to be the very best in this industry and you want to make money, he said, I have a simple model for you. And I said, what? He said, a very simple model. He said, give yourself 5 years. And in 5 years' time, if I'm talking to the top 5 people in the industry and asking them to mention top 5 people in the HR space, let 5 of them mention your name before they get to number 3. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that was the crazy I think he said 7, and I gave myself 5 years. That was the kind of target he gave me. And yeah, I made that a reality, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so thanks for sharing that. And two things that jumped out of that for me is, one is the place of mentoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the place of mentoring, and it's also from the place of network. The kind of association that you keep and the kind of mentors that you also have. Then it also speaks to your identity and your brand. So if Bolaji had given you that target to be the top 5 person in the industry, it can't happen overnight. And there's a process to that happening actually.
That happened 8 years ago.
Yeah, so there's a process to that happening as well. So all of these things at the end of the day ties on to form the uniqueness in our individual journey, right? So thank you, Gbenga, for sharing that. I have another question here that says, so let's get to the basics really. In your career decision making, a lot of young professionals are usually unsure of their career path, mostly guided by parents and guidance. For me, it was my parents who decided I needed to be a doctor and all of that, who've really been of huge influence in our career decision and career choices. Was this same for you? Was it clear from you from the onset that you wanted HR, or it was during the process of growing in your career that you discovered HR? It would be nice to hear your story.
I should salute one of my bosses. He just joined, Oga Jibril.
Okay. Oh, Twale, sir. We are hailing.
So I'll be honest, he wasn't always sure. And it's one of the many reasons why I've been very open and vulnerable to people that come out. If you read me from afar, you're ever close to me, you know I don't carry unnecessary hairs. So I was never sure. By the way, I studied economics, right? And I was going to be a banker because I grew up in Oworo and I saw people coming back from work and wearing suits. And I remember asking one of my brother's friends at the time that people who wear suits, what do they do? And he said they were either lawyers, pastors, or bankers. The guy that wore the best suit was a banker. And that's how I said I was going to be a banker. So up until GSS3, I was going to study banking and finance. Until SS1, I then stumbled on economics and I saw it was brother. And I did that. And then again, the importance of associations and people and influences. And by the way, I should state this generation has a benefit over the previous generation, where the word mentorship, coaching, and social media allows you to do direct mentorship or coaching. There was a time when all this was on TV, was on newspapers. I picked up my mentors from newspapers. I don't know if some of us can remember way back during banking consolidation, where all over newspapers you see profile of bank MPs and stuff like that. So I was that guy that used to cut those profiles. I used to cut it and put it in diaries. But the last paragraph of such profiles is what used to get to me. Almost all of them, you hear things like, and they have international trainings, and they went for INSEAD and all of those things, right? Those were things that just got to me. And I had the opportunity of working with the right people very early on. The money wasn't great, but the experience was amazing. And I had people who at different junction in my life I could look up to. Good thing one of my guys is here. One of my major pivotal moments, I've had two. One was me speaking with, three actually. Me speaking with Arusha when he was head of recruitment. I was at Augusto and Co then, and he was head of recruitment for GT Bank. I met with him and it was like, there was an aura around him and he dropped some seeds in my heart. The next of such meetings was with Kamal Adiribigbe. He was at BAT at the time. I was at Workforce. Bolanle, I used to work with, I'd gone to have a meeting with him, and we were all asking him questions around consulting practice and all of those things. And I sat in, it was not my meeting, so I sat in one corner, and for 1 hour, Kamal Adiribigbe broke down how to chart your career path in like a 10-year or 15-year period. Wow. I was like, I remember getting up and I said, I'm meeting you for the first time. I've heard a lot about you, but thank you for doing Career Management 101. And he had a major influence on my life, right? The next was, and honestly, I was going to say this even wasn't here, making the decision to leave consulting when I did, to move into practice. And I am ever grateful to God that I chose Wema Bank over UBA. Wow. I was involved in interviews at UBA and AS Holdings at the time, but Wema Bank was the one that offered me the most exciting work, as it were. It was the dauntiest of all the projects, of all the offers on the table. It was the dauntiest, and it was the one paying me the cheapest. I was going to earn the lowest amount. But I spoke with one of my bosses at the time, Joel Omeke, and I said, see, Wema has offered me this, UBA is offering me this. And he said, go to Wema. I said, okay, there's like a $3 million difference in the pay if I go to Wema. And he told me, for the work that I will have to do at Wema, I will be better off for it. Today, they say it's history. So it wasn't always clear. And that's why I'm always very careful about this whole message and conversation around purpose, around do what you are passionate about, only do what you love. You will not always know. Purpose is progressive. Purpose is progressive. It's not progressive. You don't know. It's progressive and it's per phase. So for those who, and I've been yapping for a while, 10 years ago, I think it was when I was leaving Wema, I started saying things like I loved institutional transformation. It was part of the many reasons why I went to the Nigerian Stock Exchange. It didn't exactly work out the way I planned, but there was always something in me about, I felt that there is practice. If we are in practice, we are working in HR. But I also felt that there are people in policy who influence what we do in practice. And that's where power is. So I felt that if HR or the world of work was going to change and things like that, I should be involved on the policy end, right? And my trajectory at the time was, Wema, NSC, maybe Nigeria Economic Summit Group or something like that. But that didn't work out. But that seed was there. 4 or 5 years later, by the way, it was at Wema that I also met Mrs. Ajibola Ponle. Okay. It was at Wema that she spoke to me about ICF and all of those kind of things. So fast forward, she was now registrar at CIPM, and then when the CIPM reached out to me, come be a part of this. And then 2 years plus, by God's grace, with all sense of humility, I think I played a role in the outlook of HR in Nigeria and Africa, doing what I felt I should be doing 5, 7 years ago. So it's progressive, but per time, per phase, milk it, make the most of it, and see that purpose progressive. Last thing on that, though, is you will see that there is a thread that stays all through. I have always loved to share knowledge. I've always loved to make complex things simple. Even in my time in consulting, I don't like all those big eye sounding words. If you make it too complex, I used to think you don't know what you're saying. So I used to want to break it down. So almost every job I have done, look through all my career, it has always had something to do with sharing knowledge. Either I'm building a team or I'm teaching and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I think you've also answered a bit of the question that came in around young people wanting to start their career in multinationals or in structured environment rather than want to start in small organizations.
If you see Okoro and Sons,
tell them.
Take it.
Tell them.
If you see Okoro and Sons, take it, please. If you see Chinedu Enterprises, take it. There is the work to be done, but there is the how to work.
Yeah.
And very early on in our careers, I'm beginning to sound like an old person. I'm a freaking young man. Very early on in our careers, that's one of the things we pick up: how to work.
The how to work. Oh, GT. Okay, so I think
he left.
Yes, network. Yes, network. Wow. So let's give him some time to reconnect. But before he comes back, can anyone just share how is it going? Are you finding learnings in his story, in his experiences? Let's just, we are here to learn, network, and share knowledge. So anyone want to talk? Any feedback from anyone? How's it going for you? Okay, Sade Ronke says a lot of wisdom. Thank you. Oluwase, yes, state learning all the way. Yes, thank you for that. Oluwatoyin, too hot for the next one. Toyin Elizabeth, I agree. That is just spot on.
We never expected anything less from GT.
Exactly, Stella. Yes, so that's GT. Starboy always giving us that star level. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. Energy, Chimsom, thank you. Abosade says, GT, what did you drop? What did you bury to get to where you are? Good question. We'll note that question, Abosade, by the time GT reconnects. It's going great. There is the how to work and the work, and there is work to do. Fantastic. Purpose is per phase. Yes, I can relate. Ufoma, thank you. Oluwase, Starboy himself, he dey hot. Ogbono feli o. Bamilare, simple but salient points. Absolutely spot on. I like the fact about working for multinationals. Yes, but however, it doesn't come through for everyone. A lot of people sort of wait for that multinational to come. But what we advise and what GT is recommending is whatever you find to do it first. I remember so many years ago, I wanted to work for Accenture. But that wasn't the first place I started my career from. I started from a small boutique consulting organization before I moved to Accenture. So yes, whatever you find to do, please do it and give it your all. Your dream to join the multinational will come through one day. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, GT feedback. Oh, they said it was too hot. The energy you were giving was too hot for the network. The network had to quickly throw you out, but we are glad to have you back.
Okay, next question.
You want to wrap up on that? Yes, please.
Okay, so I was just saying and I understand that a lot of us on this call, we are at different stages in our careers. Absolutely. If there's anything I can say, see, I did not know it all. I did not have the clarity I have now when I started. But I started, right? But every step of the way, I was learning, I was listening. Something was growing stronger. Some things were dropping by the way. And so that's the beauty of starting.
Can you be a bit specific? What was growing stronger? What was dropping? Somebody had asked a question similar to that. So
my ability to teach and share knowledge was getting stronger. So I have always known I'm an advisory person. It is the strongest part of me. Put me as a number 2 to anybody. That person will enjoy me. And let that person be seeking advice, seeking counsel. That's my best spot, right?
Yeah.
But I used to struggle with execution. I used to struggle with, so you can give me one thing and say, Gbenga, do one thing. By the time you come back, I've made it 10. But I may struggle to do the one thing you have asked me to do. But I'll be telling you about the 10 things, right? So I learned how to you know this thing about leadership and management. With leadership, you can scope and have the big ideas. Management is get it done. So I learned how to drop that, but grow something that I have. It grow a part of me that I was struggling with. You know, fast forward, it's a lot better, which is part of why you need to work in small organizations or work in small teams where you'll be asked to do a lot of things.
Yeah, you get to roll up your sleeve. Yeah, get your hands dirty.
Exactly, it builds execution in you. Yeah, and for some of the seniors that may be, I mean, again, like I said, we are at different stages in our careers, and with COVID and all, the entire HR space has changed. I know one senior person in the HR space that keeps, in the last 2 years that we've been talking, what I keep telling her is that I think you have peaked in your career and you should not be looking for another HR opportunity. I think you should be looking for a COO opportunity. You need to branch out of that HR track and move into running an organization. So whatever it is, and it may not be HR, guys. And the last thing I want to say on that is this thing I see in the market where a lot of us run away from admin-related roles. Go and study Devo Rich again. Five competence areas. Administrative effectiveness is a core competence in HR, and there's no better way to build that thing than to write memos, do reports, look at Excel
inventory management and all of that.
Before you want to get caught up to come and speak and teach, go and learn how to build curriculum, how to write. Those are the nitty-gritty, dirty hand.
Basics.
Same thing goes to fancy HR titles. Don't get caught up in that trap. It doesn't help. It builds some.
You're building your castle in the hair.
Yeah, it doesn't help. The day they go puncture you.
I thought leader.
Sorry, next question.
Thank you for bringing it home, making it real, relatable, and connecting it to connecting it to the current realities that we face in the HR industry. So I have one question here. It says, I'm a recent graduate of sociology, currently gearing up for CIPM exams in November. I study and volunteer in the HR space, but most applications with cover letters I submit for HR roles are without much luck. What can I do differently?
Number one, don't beat yourself too much. This thing about jobs is, this is my economics cap now, is demand and supply. There is not enough supply of jobs in the market relative to the demand that we have. So first off, you are not getting jobs, you are not getting opportunities because there's not enough.
Okay.
Right, that's one. Two is, if you have done the cover letter right and your CV is right and your social media presence, starting with LinkedIn, is clean, and you are engaging properly in the right platforms. There are 1,001 HR groups on WhatsApp. There are some also on LinkedIn. Be active. All the things you learned in school that you want to go and use to work, convert them into simple little tips. Keep writing, see, when I talk about social media, I'm always careful about the impression that it means that we are saying sell yourself. And that's what creates that temptation where some people now, for what I call performance anxiety, we are now in a hurry to appear like what we are not. Yeah. That's not the intention. The reason why I refer to social media is, for instance, I have never, Joshua, you were surprised when I mentioned your name, right? You were surprised when I mentioned your name. But the point is, Joshua has been popping up in my face because he's been writing and making sense on LinkedIn. Now, by the way, that you want to get people's attention does not mean you necessarily tag them. Just write and post. LinkedIn is membership right now is about 1.4, 1.5 billion. What that does for you guys is that it opens up a world of opportunity beyond the limitations of Lagos, Adegunle.
Absolutely.
It opens up that world of opportunity. There are 1.4 billion people that are now looking at you and saying, this guy is making sense. Absolutely. Right? That's the essence of social media. It amplifies the opportunity space for you, right? And this is what I know. This is the last thing I'll say on that. You see, there are a few career paths in Nigeria that are literally courts, as far as I'm concerned. Treasury, lawyers, and then HR. treasury lawyers, HR. Last week, write down 20 names. Top, mid, early, entry-level people in HR. 5, 10, 20. And tell yourself, if you're looking for a job, tell yourself the next 6 months. By the way, go and get this job, this book, Getting a Job is a Job by Arusha. Give yourself 6 months and tell yourself that you will come into the reckoning of these 20 people. Remember, distribute it very well. Top, them Ogas, them Tomini and Co, them Taiwo and Co, Jibri and Co.
Yes, so we have Taiwo in the house here.
Another 5 middle level people that are not popular. People, see, forget popularity contest. Don't get caught up, because sometimes people that are too popular now don't have the time and attention that you need, right? Then there are another 10 or 5 that are like on the same level with you. They are looking for, and tell yourself in the next 6 months, these people will get to know who I am and I'll get into a meeting with them, right? Now, as you do that, what you're trying to do is, again and again, see, as I'm talking to you here, at least I know I'm trying to fill 20 roles. Now, we've advertised, it's out there, but what makes it come faster is that 1 or 2 people can say, Gbenga, look at this person, or Gbenga, this person is looking for this, or something like that. It makes it faster and better, right? But far too many times, and I know a lot of us that are in recruitment here can remember, there are times when you have an opening like this, and you're like, oh, okay, and you're literally like praying, God, who wants this job?
Yeah, it happens to me a lot of times.
That's why you have to be top of mind for people. You have to be top of mind, and it's in associations.
Yeah. So in being in top of mind for people, how do they get very they don't get carried away to come across as chasing clouds? How do they separate it and make it really authentic? Because these days everyone wants to be a thought leader, like you mentioned.
That's why it takes time. Why it takes time. And I think it's one of the many things young people are running away from. The time it requires to get people's attention, because it's a crowded, noisy market. Very crowded, very noisy. Everybody is putting out content. Everybody is clinical. So save your time to be yourself. And see, guys, networking is not social media engagement.
Explain it, break it down, make it simple. Word.
There's networking that is Friday night. If you are smoking or you are not smoking, you are drinking or not drinking, there's a level. There are some things you will never hear until you are in some crowds 9 p.m. Friday, or you are in some parties 10 a.m. in the morning. You are looking for a job. You are sleeping at home watching Big Brother. No. So take it off. There used to be networking outside of social media. We are forgetting that. We are forgetting the practice of calling people. Oh, I'm just calling you. How are you doing? I'm just checking up. I'm here. There's that. Old times religion.
Yeah, I also think there's something very important in networking. A lot of time, there's this entitlement that comes with, I have her contact that I can reach out to her and demand and ask for anything. So there's some level of courtesy and professionalism that we also need to highlight, because sometimes they don't come across as bugging people on the name of networking.
Okay, so for instance, let me give you an example. Someone comes to CIPM induction program, and I've had these 2 accusations leveled against me. And I'll use myself as an example. Person asked a question, I said, okay, you want to give feedback about the program?
Say something around that too.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll allow you. Don't worry.
This is my number, right? This is my number. And the person dropped a message for me, apparently on WhatsApp the next day. Now, I'm not trying to excuse a bad habit that I'm trying to get away from. My WhatsApp message is never completely clean. To say I don't have an unread message, I'm working on it, right? It used to be bad, maybe 500 unread messages, but now maybe 25, 30, I'm working on it. And then it took me about 5 days to respond to the person. The person told me 6 months later that, by the way, I considered you very proud. I said, how do you mean? He said, you asked for feedback. I sent you the message on WhatsApp, and then it took you 6 days to respond. How busy can you be? I was like, sorry, but I was actually busy. Then just yesterday, someone else was telling me again to say, you'll be acting aloof. You know, I said, how do you mean? He said, I know you're busy, but you act aloof. I said, hey, okay, give me an example. Again, the person referred to an induction program where I have, the induction program, I have 1,000 people around me, GT, and I paid attention, answered him. And then he's telling me 1 year later that I acted very proud. And I was like, flip the script. I was attending to 1,000 people. You are the one entitled to my attention. 1,000 people needs my attention. And I'm saying this, yeah, Taiwo, please help me.
Yes, can we hear from
Hello,
Taiwo?
everyone.
Hi, Taiwo.
Hello,
Thanks
everyone.
for joining us. Hello. Thanks for joining us.
I will show my face briefly so that I can see how terrible I'm looking. But I'm at the salon trying to do my hair, but I had to join in. Then I'll put up my camera.
Thank you.
I'm in the car.
Natural, all natural.
Yes. So I think that this point we're talking about is very important, and I think it's also crucial that the young professionals should understand this. Yes, they reach out to us all the
I have to go.
time. I can't tell you how many messages I have.
I have to go.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate. Thank you. I understand.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You know, so like GT said, I have so many unanswered messages on my WhatsApp also. Not that we don't want to answer, but for God's sake, we are busy. And also, we are human beings. Please don't idolize us. Don't idolize us. We are also fallible. So at times, some things are unintentional. Maybe something took our attention away. And I will say this also, and I'm sorry to say this, not everyone is called out for everyone. If you can decode what I God said, not everyone is called out for everyone. So if we don't reach out to you, it's not about being proud or anything. We are human, we are fallible, and we are also very busy. Now, people ask me questions. I don't know it all. So most times, we also have to go and consult before we can advise, because we also don't want to lead you guys astray. Finally, in terms of the issue around entitlement, I have seniors that I also reach out to. But you know what? It comes from a place of sacrifice. Now, if I pull a call through to a Lara Olushola or a Kule Shorinyo or an Ubon King, people will wonder how. I've taken time over the years to build my relationship with them, so that when you reach out to us now, it's not coming from a point of view of we looking at you as an opportunist. How many people can decide that, okay, these people I look up to, once a week, I want to check up on Lara, I want to check up on Stella, I want to check up on TDA. Hello, TDA, how are you? How was your week? That's a little way you need to find a way of connecting with these seniors. So if they blank you out, please don't be angry.
Thank you, TDA. That was spot on. Thank you. Thank you for that wisdom. Okay, so I have a couple of comments. Lara, we need to have PK here soon. Yes, we would have PK here. But if you want to have a session with PK, please, you need to ensure that you sign up for the HR Foundry session. PK is going to be there live August 15th. So you would have access to PK, and afterwards, then we can have PK on the HR Storybook Live session. Thank you so much. It's really been an evening of learning. Thank you for the big feedback. Okay, Jesse had your hand up. Jesse, your hand is up. Do you still want to talk? Jesse Iwagwe, you have your hand up. Do you want to talk? Hi, Jesse, are you still there? Hello, okay. All right, so we have a couple of minutes left. Sorry, GT had to leave. He's in between a couple of family events, and we appreciate him making out some time. Like I mentioned earlier, so the whole essence is just for us to learn from other people's story and have one or two takeaways. So I would like to hear takeaway from anyone. I think what came out very strongly from from GT's story is the place of mentoring, the place of being patient, understanding the process, understanding the how. It's not really just all around wanting to be a successful HR thought leader, but getting your basics right. And part of getting your basics right is for, as an individual, is to have individual developmental plans for yourself. Like he mentioned, Abolaji had to walk him through how to become one of the top 5 in HR industry in a couple of years' time. So there's a lot that we also need to do as individuals. Do we pay attention? Do we even plan our career beyond just spending a lot of time on social media? Are we purposeful with what we post on a daily basis, even with how we use our social media platforms? Are we purposeful with it, or do we just post anything at any time? So all of those things are very, very important, especially if you want to have, you know, a meaningful career. Anyone, if you have any questions, thank you. I want to appreciate everyone. TDA, thank you. I saw your comments. So I hope, thank you, Lara. Lara, God bless you for this initiative. This generation is blessed. I must say, a lot of us, the seniors, we had to learn through the ropes by ourselves. We had to learn through a lot of mistakes, you know, a lot of back and forth. But for you guys, you are blessed. You all have the opportunity that we did not have during our own time. Thank you. TD also mentioned that I hope they can latch on to all of this advice. I hope so as well. And that is why we are all giving of ourselves. We are giving our time. We are giving our knowledge. We are giving in our experience to help shape and ensure that the next generation of professionals that we have actually are a lot stronger and better than we, the senior ones. Thank you, Ajem, indeed, as she celebrates another birthday tomorrow. Yes, thank you, TDA. Tomorrow is actually my birthday, and I thought about what do I do before my birthday. So I wanted to share, I wanted to give a lot of people the platform, the access to a lot of professionals, access to wealth of wisdom. And that is birthed out of my birthday gift to the world. Another part of it is, because it's my birthday tomorrow, I'm going to be giving my book away at a very good discount. So you can get a copy of my HR storybook for 2,000 Naira from tomorrow to Friday, 10th August, which is my birthday, to Friday. You can get a copy of my book for 2K. It's more like a giveaway price to everyone. I want to appreciate you also. A couple of comments coming through. We are rounding up the session now. Thank you. Oh, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I also have my twin in the house. Stella, are you here? She's also August 10th, and she's done something remarkable already for her birthday. Stella, are you here? Let's see your face now. It's our birthday. Stella, is she around? Oh, she's still here. Stella, are you still here? It would be nice to just see your face. Birthday girl, birthday loading. Thank you everyone. Thank you for the messages. I hope we all learned one or two things. So we'll have another session of HR Live Storybook Series in 2 weeks' time, and we'll have Usain Udo. So Usain Udo is the director of Dangote Academy, and Usain's story is phenomenal. I would say to anyone, anybody can cross or change career to HR. So Usain had about a couple of 20-something years in management consulting, and he transitioned to head of HR, chief head of HR Dangote, you know, without no HR background. How did that happen? Would have Usain join us in 2 weeks' time or at my HR Storybook Live Series. So please, let's make it a date in 2 weeks' time when Usain will be joining us. On that note, I want to say thank you to everyone. Stella, are you still here? I would really like to see you so we can sing happy birthday song. Stella, are you still here? Okay. Stella is not here anymore. Happy birthday. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. I hope we all learned. Thank you for the 2K prize giveaway. I'm going to drop a number on the platform. Please reach out to Patience Moon. She's on this call. Patience Moon, please can you drop the number to reach you for the book? So 0816485 64585008. Thank you for the book. If you're interested to get the book at the discounted rate, thank you. Okay, so can we have one or two words from any of our seniors in the house? TDA, thanks for sharing. Jubril, is Jubril still with us? It would be nice to Jubril, can we hear one or two wisdom from our seniors in the house as we put this call to an end? Oduayo, yes. Oduayo, can we hear from you one or two words for our young professionals in the house? Yes, it's your birthday. It's my daughter's birthday too, August 14th. Lots of birthdays. Okay, thank you. Okay, someone's hand is, okay, JC, okay, her hand is still up. Okay, thank you everyone. It would be nice to hear one or two words from any of our seniors in the house before we end the call. Okay, Jubril, are you still there? Hey. Okay, Oduayo, okay. All right, thank you everyone. Any parting word from anyone? Any parting word, any aha moments? Thank you. Any parting word from anyone? The room feels too quiet for me. It's meant to be a fun learning session. Any parting word? Any word from anyone?
Oh, I just wanted to say a big thank you for the, yes, Joshua. I just want to say a big thank you for the session. I mean, it was short, but we could really get the impact that GT really dropped. I mean, he shattered the network, just the highlight right there. So,
Absolutely.
But thank you so much, ma'am, for the session, and we're looking forward to the ones coming up.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes,
thank
happy
you, Joshua.
birthday also to you and your daughter,
Thank
everyone,
you.
your twinnie too. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for my Sunday well spent. Thank you. So on this note, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining. I'm happy that we all learned one or two things from our seniors in the house. Thank you for making our time. I'm really grateful and I'm honored. So thank you. On this note, I want to say enjoy the rest of your evening and please stay.
Thank you, Lara.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Thanks for joining. Stay safe.
Thank you,
Bye.
Lara.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Emperor.
Thank you, Emperor. Thank you. Okay, guys. Stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Identity and your brand. So if Bolaji had given you that target to be the top 5 person in the industry,